think I did it. I hope I did. I don't know if I got anybody looking. Do I have anybody looking? Yes, no, maybe so. Who knows? Okay. Anyway. Hello. Um, I am Vanessa from Wallflower Reads. Um, Pretty much, what you can expect from my channel are like reading vlogs and reviews. There you go. Reviews and I forgot. My mind's gone blank. But yep, reading vlogs and reviews and all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, first chapter Fridays and read alouds because I am a teacher, so I'll be putting some like teacher-ish content out there as well. But I just wanted to say hello, quick hello. How are you? I want to also ask that if you're going to subscribe, just subscribe, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell button so that you are notified when I am on. I'm going to be reading from my book, When the Wallflower Blooms, and I can leave like a little link to my page. But yes, I'll be reading to you guys from my introduction. If I can get to it. Here it is. Okay, there it is. Okay. Oh, my app's on. Hello. Oh, hello. Okay. Are you both of them? Okay, that's my favorite. Hi. So I'm gonna be reading. Where did it go? This week, yeah, I don't know why I forgot. So this week is the Kindle version is free. So all you have to do is just leave a comment, like a review on Amazon, like a nice review on Amazon, and you can just have it. It's the Kindle version is free until Saturday. So, and I will drop down in the link to show you where you can get it. Can I drop down in the link? Can I do that? I can do that, right? Let's see. Hopefully it's still recording because I don't know how this works. So I think I can, right? Oh, duh, Vanessa. Copy. Can I not leave a? Can I not do that? I can't. Oh, paste. Okay, there we go. I mean, it's on on the description. My bad. But yeah, like this week until Saturday, the Kindle version is free. And like I said, all I ask is just that I get like a nice little review on Amazon of it. So yeah, let me go up and because it's a lot of heavy stuff in this book. Oh. But yeah, let's see. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, so it is called, well, yeah, the introduction is called like Bloom On. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Okay. When and I'm reading from this, sorry. When I reflect over my life, I would have needed the book you're holding in your hands right now. The summer before I left for college, I was super inexperienced and I had helicopter like my parents. No, my grandma. I love her. But I always had to stay home a lot. So with that new freedom and me being naive, and just listening to anything anyone told me. Sorry, I was lost. At the moment I was struggling the most was New Year's Eve. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna mess up reading from this. So excuse that. I'm gonna mess up. because I already messed up like 3 times reading this. So I'm sorry. Um, the moment I was struggling the most was New Year's Eve, and I was unsatisfied with where I was. I did poorly in school, so I had to sit out a semester. I was struggling to pay bills and pay for tuition. I felt like I should have been done with school and further ahead. I felt alone, like no one understood. My cousin told me that I had a demon on me, and it was a sin against God. Yes, she did say that. I felt unattractive, and I wanted, when all I wanted was a relationship. And watching everyone around me get into relationships was really tough. I used to do self-deprecating jokes about my looks and say I look like a Death Eater's mask. It's a Harry Potter thing. I would okay. Okay. I would look in the mirror and think, look at me, no one will want this. Eventually I avoided looking in the mirror. Anyway, only those who can sense my low self-esteem hopped on the opportunity to disrespect me. My hair was a mess. I haven't showered in weeks. People saw me as strange and erratic. How did I get here? Well, it exactly brought me to this place where I was so unsatisfied with my life. I felt guilty for all the mistakes I made. Guilt is something that is common, and we should not feel unlovable because of that guilt. Guilt can make us feel unworthy. There is a good side to guilt. Guilt can help us to make better choices in the future. There is no use in dwelling on everything you did wrong. Oh, okay. What? Everything you did wrong. Where was I? There is no use in dwelling on everything you did wrong. There you go. In the past. Let it drive you to do better. Also, guilt can help us heal the hurt we've caused others in our life. If we sincerely apologize and show that we're sorry, then we can have the peace of knowing that we attempted to make things right. After that, it's up to the other person on if he or she will forgive. Sorry, I don't know that there's like any other easier way because I'm reading from my screen or not. If they do forgive you, great. If not, then it is what it is. You did your best to make it right. Just send love and like their way and let God handle the rest. I realize now that I allowed my guilt to get the best of me. I felt like I had let God down and was a waste of space. Nothing was going right. And I also had space. No, I also had people. There you go. Oh. Um, Also, nothing was going right. And I also had people in my ear. There you go. Telling me that I'm crazy and I shouldn't essentially strive for things too high. I just should settle for what I can get. At that time, the truth is, I felt like I couldn't get much. On one day, I was scrolling on Instagram and saw a post with a super cute book and pen. They were both pink. It was Cara Alwell, an author who was giving out her book Sparkle, The Girl's Guide to Living in a Deliciously Dazzling, Wildly Effervescent Kick A Life for Free. That planted the seed in me, a little seed that helped me to understand I wasn't crazy for wanting what I wanted. Little by little, I started applying what I learned from the pages of that book. That book changed my life. It took more than a book, however, for me to bloom. I hit a wall when I started letting people tell me what I should do and what I should want. When I wanted to move out of Tallahassee, I was met with the question, why, a lot. People didn't understand that I only meant to live there for college and not my life. When I wanted a certain guy, I was told to take what you can get, and even pressured to date a guy I had zero interest in. My standards were too high. I was also told I had Asperger's just because I was visibly uncomfortable in situations, and not from a health professional, by the way. Let me just say that. Anyway, I was told I had Asperger's just because I got visibly uncomfortable in settings where I was. It was because I was around people and places I honestly just had no interest in. Um, that, as well as Dolores, my anxiety, was a recipe for disaster. Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter, such a vile character. And it is a fitting name for my anxiety since it is also evil and vile. Um, I was insecure in myself. I wanted to just feel comfortable and accepted by others. The little girl deep down inside of me just wanted to be loved. She was scared and lonely even though I was around people. Have you ever felt like that? Like you were screaming in a crowded room and no one heard you or turned around to see if you're okay. That was me for years as I scroll up. Wait, that was me for years. Okay. I would say what I was feeling and it fell on deaf ears. When would say my life plans, I was met with the question of why. The me now would respond, why not? Again, these were the negative and self limiting beliefs that they programmed into my head for years and years. Those false ideas should have stuck, but something deep down inside, something within my soul just didn't want to listen to them. I've been called stubborn countless of times, but I know in my heart that my stubbornness is my secret weapon. I didn't want to settle. At first, my plan to overcome this was deciding to simply get on meds to help with my mind. Also, I was just looking to start blogging. I finally found an outlet to which I could do what I love, which was writing. It was as if I was Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. I was so excited to write because becoming a writer was something that I've always wanted to do. I tried my hand at trying to get an internship at school, but I kept hearing no. Not to mention the classes that I took were extremely difficult and I was failing. So I took that as a sign to not even bother trying to be a writer. I felt like there you go. My purpose was derailed. I was so set on becoming a journalist that when I was met with hardship, I gave up. There are things in life that we have to give up on, and this was not one of them. We have to know when to throw in a towel, and I prematurely threw my towel down and ran over it with my car. I should have kept pushing through the many obstacles. However, I wouldn't have learned what I learned had I not had those experiences. At the time, I was down on myself and believed I was a failure. The setback, however, was preparing me for my son comeback. Um, all that changed when I discovered blogging. It was as if the heavens were open. My mind was blown away. It was like an online journal. At the time, I wanted to write about entertainment, although things took a turn when I was just writing about the different things that were going on in my life. Blogging was and still is a great way to connect with people all over the world. It was difficult at first to figure out my niche, but eventually I got it together. Anyone can do it. So it didn't matter if you had a degree in journalism, communications, etc. I knew what I wanted. And while things have slightly shifted, my desire has remained the same. I didn't know how becoming an author was going to happen. I didn't have a lot of resources, but I was going to pray and try to prove those who doubted me wrong in any way that I could. The mess didn't work. I felt trapped. I felt like I would never get out of the hole I was in. My need to feel accepted was too much. I felt rejected and dejected. I was overcome with pain and really depressed. It felt like a heavy weight was on my shoulder with no relief. Everyone was already doubting me and talked terribly about me, and I just felt hopeless. Granted, some of the things I did would make people go, huh? But still, I was hurting and broken on the inside. Wait, is this? Yeah, okay. Um, yeah, I know, no demons. You're right. You know who said that one? Um, the point of where I had to pick up my ooh, the point of where I had to pick myself off the floor. There we go. Finally, ironically, I decided to just end my life and I got into an accident. But I mean, for that entire week, it was one thing, bad thing after the other. To be honest, I don't remember much of it, but I remember getting locked out of my apartment. I was having some car trouble, and then I was going through issues at my second job where like a student had got hurt, and those are the ones that I literally remembered. I was crushed and crying and felt totally hopeless. I felt like my life was pointless, and I decided to kill myself. I decided I would overdose on sleeping pills, and God stopped. God stopped it. Supposed to be. It's kind of weird, but to say that the car ramming into me saved my life. Although I'm not sure how I survived that accident because my car was like total. Legit, the occurrences afterward where God is pushing me to keep moving forward. I got professional help, also known as therapy. I focused on what I really wanted in life. And I had some relationships fall apart soon after my accident. I got laser focused on what I wanted and ignored no, I got laser focused, there we go, on what I needed and ignored the noise. There we go. I looked at the advice certain people were giving me and looked at their life to see if things were not great. Yet, for some reason, they had every negative thing to say about my life. I started to stop, no, I decided, there we go, to stop listening to them and listen to God. God really took my hand, seeming to tell me it's go time. Let me go back up, scroll. Ooh. My moment of triumph happened recently. It started with tuning in to what I truly wanted. This has included getting into grad school, changing my surroundings, getting the job I wanted, and moving to the city I wanted. Yeah, I have still felt low at some points, but God showed up and kept me the whole time. When I felt like giving up and throwing in the towel, I turned to Him again and again and again. I turned to Him in prayer a lot, and I took things one step forward. I prayed that He would guide me with what I should do. I wanted to follow His plans for me and not myself. I asked that His will be done. Everything, if no, eventually, sorry, things got better, and still to this day, I go to Him with thanksgiving and prayer. I decided to write more for my blog. I switched platforms for my blog and decided to just rebrand myself. I wanted something that felt right for me, and I just didn't want to make content for the heck of it. I started listening to the Skinny Confidential, him and her podcast, and it totally shifted how I thought about my blog and started to look at my blog as a business. I had to get clear on my goals and where I wanted my blog to go. Eventually, I mean, even though I barely had any readers at the time, I still showed up. People love consistency, and I had to get consistent with my brand and posting more often. Now I've come into a routine that works for me, and my blog is slowly growing. Even if it takes years, I will let things grow organically. I decided to work on my book seriously. Something in my spirit would not rest until I worked on my book. In the past, I started a book and then put it down. I even participated in a writing competition, NaNoWriMo, but I'd give up when I noticed that I wasn't making my daily count. And working on my book felt like a chore. When I see people on social media announce their own book launches, I feel sad inside. Um, I knew in my heart that I had a story to tell. So at the beginning of 2020, I decided to go for it. Sarah Oda, whom I'll mention in his book, gave me the inspiration I needed. Whenever she had an idea for something, she put all her time and energy on making it happen. When I had an idea, I just put it off for another time, and then things never got done. That needed to change. So I put lots of time and energy in writing this book for most of 2020, and I'm glad that I did. There is the thing. Okay, I went to therapy. I had to get my mind right. To be honest, I knew I needed help. I felt broken in my self-esteem. My self-conscious was virtually non-existent. I knew when I went to therapy, I had to be open and honest. But what's the point of going to therapy if I was gonna lie? I went to therapy at a really low point in my life, and it gave me the foundation that I needed to put myself back together. My viewpoint of myself began to change when I started putting things that my therapist suggested into action. Yeah, that's when things really started to shift for me. I was able to begin the healing process. To this day, I always suggest that people go to therapy. No, to this day, I always suggest that people give therapy a shot. Um, I also I started talking about my plans with my BFF, who's also a content creator, and with my aunt. So you, haha. I surrounded myself with people who accept me and who push me and it's made a world of difference. I also started to feel God blessing me, and He was looking out for me. I started writing things down, a list of manifestations. What I learned from my journey and what I aim to show you in this book is that it's okay to celebrate successes. We don't have to play small. Today, I talk more about my struggle. I dare to get super vulnerable, and even despite the fear of what others will think. 99% of the time, people react positively. I'm learning that I do deserve happiness and that what I do from this moment on is all that matters. When you're willing to be more vulnerable, people can begin to trust you more. I'm not saying put everything and anything out there in the world, but it's also important to show people the non-highlight reel of your moments. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. And someone doesn't like it, then oh well. I'm not changing for nobody but myself and God. Yes, I have made terrible mistakes in the past, and maybe so have you, but we have a choice to feel bad about it or to use what we learn to be a blessing to someone else. It's also okay to have a voice and to do scary things. My past have made me who I am today, and without those lessons, you would not have the book you're holding in your hands right now. My hope is that after you close the pages of this book, you will know that you're not alone. Success leaves clues. I'm leaving clues for you. Throughout this book, you will learn how to abandon the flat, static life of the wallflower. You'll learn how to set yourself free, even if sometimes the process of doing what? Even if sometimes the process of doing that, okay, there you go, is sometimes off the wall. Throughout this book, I'm leaving my own petals as a path for you to guide your own journey of blossoming. I hope you will follow the petals and feel inspired, encouraged, and motivated to show all your colors. It's time for you to own who you are and begin to bloom, darling. Okay, that's it. That's the thingy, whatever it's called, the introduction. I'm bad at reading on screen, so whatever. Who's the second person? Who's the second one? I don't know. But anything else? Anything else? Questions? Comments? Okay. But like I said, like this week, the Kindle version is free. I mean, you can get the paperback, but it's $10, and I would never want anybody to pay that much, especially if I know you. I mean, if I don't know you, I don't care. But like people that I know, I don't want them to pay $10. Where is he? He ate some poison. I mean, he ate poison. He ate Gryffindor. Hold on, I'm gonna find him. Rippy, where are you? You little big man. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Come here. Want a piece of a nugget? Come here. Rippy. Grip. Look. I have a nugget. Don't you want the nugget? I'm not gonna really give it to you. Here he is right here. Yeah, you see it, don't you now? Here he is. Here's the Gryffindor. All right. Okay. Sorry. What's your little brat? No. I mean, I wasn't going to give him the nugget, but it was just to trick him. But no, you can't. No. But this my grief. But okay. First live, kind of awkward. Griffey, Nancy says hello. Are you not gonna meow back? Are you not gonna meow back? But yeah, he got into some flowers. He wasn't supposed to. And apparently it's toxic, but he's acting normal right now. I just been watching him like all day, trying to make sure he's not dying. But he ate some of the leaves because he liked to chew on them for his, I guess his teeth or something. I don't know. But he chewed on the leaves of my plant. So there is that. Oh, Griffey. But yeah. Like I said, I tried to make the paperback cheaper, but I wouldn't have made no money had it been like cheaper than like $10. Because I was trying to, be nice and stuff. Because it's not that big, but I was trying to be nice. So that's why it's $10, because I wouldn't make any money if it was like my royalty would have been zero under $10. So I had to make it $10 for me to get something. But yeah, that's about it. Anything else? Am I the only person here? Because I don't know who else is here. Who else is here? Okay, but who? It doesn't even tell me who it is. Whatever. But yeah, that's about it. I'll watch the video that you sent me. Make it go. Make it go. Make it a little. Okay.
To White Shoes' 5th birthday party.
Oh, thank you.
First things first, shout out to White Shoes back in the building.
Thank you. And thank you for joining in.
White Shoes, do your thing. All right, you ain't gotta calm down. Do your thing. Today's your birthday. It's all about you.
Oh.
All right, first things first. I say White Shoes off for food treats, ice shoes.
Oh. Okay.
As we
bye. I'm gonna go hop on Instagram, I guess. I don't know. Or may go exercise. Peace in the streets.